Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes. We're live now, bachcho. All of us. Can you hear me, see me clearly? Everything is fantastic, fantabulous. Right, everybody? All right, let's go ahead then. Okay. I hope audio, video, everything is fantastic. So let's go ahead now with our chapter number 2, residential status and scope of total income, right? All right. I hope you have already read chapter number 1 from your ICS study material now. All right, till here. And it's also always advisable or better that if at all possible, then please read the, you can say, upcoming chapter in advance little bit so that you're kind of ready. Okay. I'm not expecting that you should do it, but if at all you do it, that is, you can obviously, it is an advantage to you. But whatever is said and done, whenever a chapter is over, I hope at least you are going and reading with your ICS study material. Fine. So let us quickly go through what all syllabus we have. Yes, you remember or not? Yes. And what we have already covered. So now the basics is already covered, and I told you there is a weightage of 5 to 10% for this particular chapter only. And now we are coming with another very important chapter, residential status and scope of total income. Yes, everybody? Done? Let's go ahead, everyone. Yeah? Okay. So write down in a notebook. Come on, new chapter now. Come on, everybody. Write down in a notebook. Where is my note? Today's note, 25th. Which is not done. Fine. Let's go ahead, everybody. Okay. So write down. Residential status. Everybody, new chapter, okay? At least for our syllabus now, residential status is chapter number 2. And scope of total income, right? And scope of total income, right? Ready? Now, pay attention. Why are we doing all of this? If at all you remember a little bit from your chapter number 1, please pay attention, all of you. Again, if you remember something from our chapter number 1, what is, you can say, the process of, you can say, calculating tax liability of an individual or an assessee? What is the process? What is one of the first things you are going to check for an assessee? Check over here. Total income calculation process. Pay attention over here. So that you will have a feel or a hang of what all we are going to do. Okay. Determination of his residential status. Okay. Determination of his what, bachcho? Residential status is one of the first things we are going to do of a assessee. Remember, not assessee or your person, right? Then classification of income under different heads. Are you aware or not? We have written that yesterday only in the last lecture. What different heads we have? We have 5 different heads of income. Then computation of income under each head. That means finalization of income under each head. Okay. Then we are also going to club. Club means accumulate. Okay. Bring them together. What? Income of spouses or minor child, etc. That also we had written when you're discussing again types of assessee. Minor child's income will be taxed, but will be taxed in the hands of parents. There are again rules and conditions for that, and that is another chapter for us. Yes. Then we have set off or carry forward and set off of losses. Okay. This also we discussed a little bit in the earlier lectures, that if there is a loss in a particular year, it can be carried forward and it can be adjusted, or you can say set off against income of the next year, right? Then we have important now, GTI, gross total income. See, we have done not little bit, but we have done tax liability calculations of all types of assessees now. So I used to give you what, but 2 figures. I used to give you 2 figures, gross total income and chapter 6 deductions, isn't it, guys? That was already ready-made or computed for you. But to arrive at GTI, gross total income, again, there is a very, very big or a long process. Okay. For that, very important is you have to determine, you can say, head of income and finalization under that each head of income. And that is, in fact, a very, very, you can say, separate chapters for each head of income. Okay. Quite lengthy, especially 4 chapters out of 5. All right, tell everybody. Yes. I hope you remember which are those 5 heads of income, bachcho. As per sequence, it is salary, house property, PGBP, capital gains, and then IOS, income from other sources. Remember telling everybody? Yes. And then when you do all this process, when you accumulate all the incomes, when you club them, you arrange the set off, etc., you take benefit of set off, etc., whatever it is, then you arrive at GTI, gross total income, and from gross total income, you're going to reduce something, that is your deductions. And that is what we arrive at, bacho, your total income, that is your taxable income or net total income. Right, really, everyone got it, Leo? Yes? Okay or no? So first and foremost is what? Computation of residential status of an assessee. Yeah, everybody? Okay, Leo? Now, okay. So, pay attention now. Let us say if there is a Mr. A. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. Mr. A. Okay, he's obviously an Indian citizen. Pay attention. He's an Indian citizen. Okay, Leo? And then he migrates to USA. Example, okay? He migrates to USA. Okay? And he's there since last, let us say, 20 years. And he's getting some salary also in USA. Okay, whatever you can say, Google Inc. or any other company you like from USA. He's getting what? Salary from there. Right, Lilia Bacho? Okay, Lilia. Mr. A was Indian citizen. Okay, or he is a person of Indian origin. PIO. We also call it as what in Bacho in short? PIO. Person of Indian citizen. Alright, Lilia. And then he's residing in USA since last 20 years. Alright, and he's getting salary in USA. So the question here obviously will be, Bacho, okay, whether this income or not of Mr. A, yes, whether it will be taxed in USA or in India. है ना बच्चों? Whether in USA or in India. Okay? Are you understanding the question of the case? That is the problem over here. Now, first and foremost, my first and basic question to you is whether salary will be taxed twice, one in USA and also in India, bachcho. Is that logical? Tell me. USA will say 25% tax and India will say 30% tax, and this person will pay 55% tax. Will it be logical, bachcho? Tell me quickly. That will not be logical. If that happens, that is known as, bachcho, what? Double taxation. Isn't it? If that happens, that is known as double taxation. And actually for these cases like these actually, okay, these countries enter into agreement. That is known as double taxation avoidance agreement. Okay, every country, almost every country has entered into this agreement with some other country. Okay, we also obviously call it in short as DTAA. Okay, DTAA. Did you understand or no? You can write down this somewhere. Chalo, you can write down this. DTAA is what? Double taxation avoidance agreement. Now this agreement will be between what, bachcho? Between two countries. Why? So that one same income is only one. Income is only one, but it should not be taxed twice in two separate countries. Did you understand, Elia, bachcho? Yes? Everyone okay, Elia? Hi, Anna. Did you write down this? DTAA, all of you, whoever are live right now, please comment in the live chat. DTAA. Yes? Done, Delhi, everybody? I'll just give you some examples. Let us say Akshay Kumar, है ना? Or Katrina Kaif, है ना? Isn't it, guys? Obviously, these are not their original names or legal names, what they have, okay? And let us say there is also, I think this, Vishwanathan Anand. I'm writing in short. Vishwanathan Anand, bachcho. You know him, isn't it, guys? Right? Yeah. Now, what is unique about them, bachcho? What is unique about them? What is so unique about them, bachcho? One of these examples could have been Sundar Pichai, na, bachcho? है ना? Sundar Pichai, है ना? Wow, such a nice idle name we have got, है ना? Indian citizen but migrated to USA, getting salary from Google. He's now what? CEO only, as good as whatever, right? That level, right, everybody? But what is so peculiar about this person over here? Are you aware or not? Tell me quickly. Technically speaking, yes. Not Indian origin, okay. Katrina Kaif may not be of Indian origin as such, directly. Her parents or whoever might be. They themselves, at least Akshay Kumar is, but what? They are what, bunch of foreign citizen. I hope you are aware there are lots of controversy about Akshay Kumar also, na? That he's giving lots of, you can say, advices, etc. But he himself was a foreign citizen. That was a kind of criticism. But even Katrina Kaif, for that matter, is a citizen of another country, right? Everybody, yeah. They have still, you can say, valid. Akshay Kumar at least have valid citizenship of Canada, right? Yeah. In that case, do they become Indian citizen right now immediately? No, you cannot be like that. I mean, it will not be allowed as such. Okay, citizenship of two countries simultaneously, right? In that case, bacho, the question is, these person as such, where are they earning income? Where are they earning income, bacho? So it can be reverse way also. When I gave you example of Mr. A, he was of Indian citizen, but he is earning in USA. Who will tax you, whether US or India? Similarly, when there is a foreign citizen, as such, foreign citizen, but they are in India and they are earning income in India, bacho. They are earning what? Income in India. I don't know original citizenship of Katrina Kaif, but let us say I write down UK over here, and for Akshay Kumar we'll write down Canada over here. Right? So the question will arise now. For Akshay Kumar, where the tax will be paid, either in Canada or India. And for Katrina Kaif, even the question will be asked whether she will pay taxes in UK or India. Are you understanding or no? Clear till here? Yes? And one more thing, what was so peculiar about Vishwanathan Anand, bacho? Are you aware or not? He obviously represents India. He's an Indian chess player, obviously, grandmaster. But he resides where, bacho? Resides, you understand, bacho? Resides outside India most of the time. Okay? I think there is a small country somewhere in Europe. I'm not very sure the name. But he stays outside India most of the time. Yes, Celia? Are you aware or not? Tell me. Everyone got it till here? Anybody any doubt till now? Anybody any doubt till now? Or we'll go ahead? Yeah? Okay? Fine, everyone? Now. So here, bacho, the first thing which becomes important is where the taxes should be paid. Where, bacho, the taxes should be paid. Are you understanding or no? Acha, fine, no problem. But did you understand the question? Where the taxes are to be paid? Because obviously tax is a very important revenue for any country. Tax is a very important revenue for any country. USA may also demand the taxes because he's earning in USA. India may also demand the taxes because he is of Indian origin or he belongs to India, whatever it might be, for any reason. Yes or no? For any reason. Clear till here? Yeah? Similarly, here also Canada may ask, UK may ask, and even India is asking that yes, she is earning income or he or she is earning income in India. So they will pay taxes in India. Okay, and vice versa. And all of these can happen. So basically, that is the reason you have to understand the residency status of a tax, okay, taxpayer, okay. So pay attention. Tax, just write, don't write down, but just pay attention. Tax liability of an assessee, okay, of an assessee. Pay attention. It depends on residential status. Okay, what did I say? Residential status. When I say tax liability means what, bacho? Whether he is liable or not in that particular country or area, whatever. That depends whether he is a resident or not of that country. Are you understanding? Whether he is resident or not of that country, or you can say jurisdiction, especially for India. Yes. Whether he is Indian resident or not, right? And the first thing which we will see in our notes, bacho, is what? Check. It does not equal to, bacho, citizenship. Do not equate. This is one of the biggest mistakes or one of the biggest confusion people do. Citizenship has nothing to do with residency status for income tax. Are you understanding or no? Yes, everybody? Yes? That means what? Pay attention. If I say there is a Mr. Siu, okay? Okay, there is Mr. Chu from, let us say, Singapore. He is residing in India. Okay, residing in India. He shifted his work, office, whatever in India since last 10 years. Okay, example, I'm just saying example. He has not obviously got Aadhaar. He is still citizen of Singapore. He is still citizen of what? Singapore. He has not given citizenship of Singapore. That's why he is not an Indian citizen. He is not an Indian citizen. Are you understanding? His passport is still of Singapore. His all details are still of Singapore. Yes, but is residing in India. In that case, he may become. So no, he is not an Indian citizen, but he may become Indian resident. Now, when you say resident or residing, that means what? Staying. You are residing in a hotel. You are residing at a particular location. Something is your temporary address. Are you understanding? So residing means staying. That's it. Okay. What bacho? Staying. It has nothing to do with your citizenship. Are you understanding here? You can take that. In fact, I had a board meeting 2-3 days back. So one person's name was Mr. Chua. CHU. I'm not kidding. This is serious. Serious means this is the truth. And another was Chu. Mr. Chu and Mr. Chua. They were different ones, but yeah. But yes, that names are there actually. That's why it just came into my mind. Are you understanding the difference between citizenship and residential status, bacho? Being resident doesn't equal to being citizen of a particular country. Understood earlier, everybody? All of you have liked the video. Tell me. Yeah? Okay? Others can also please comment. Alright, Earlier. Did you understand? This is the basic thing right now. Most important one. Okay? So, person may not be Indian citizen, but he is an Indian resident. Clear, Earlier? Similarly, when Sundar Pichai, example, I'm just giving you example. When he left India as such, let us say he was still an Indian citizen and he has not given his Indian citizenship. Okay or no? He's still an Indian citizen. But now, whether he is residing in India for a quite long period of time, no. In that case, he will not be an Indian resident. Are you understanding here, bacho? Clear hai? Everybody? The same thing like bacho, Akshay Kumar and Katrina Kaif, bacho, are they Indian citizens as such? No, they are not Indian citizens. But are they Indian resident, bacho? Yes. Understood earlier? Clear, everybody? Tell me, did you understand or not the difference between citizenship and residential status or being resident? Tell me quickly. Yes? Hi, Anna. Everybody okay till here? Fine, let's go ahead, everybody. So, chalo, let's go ahead now. Okay? Please check now. Please check. Please check. Okay. So, we have a couple of sections. Section 6 will tell us residency status of an assessee. Are you okay till here? Important types of assessee we are going to check obviously is what, bacho? Individual, HUF, है ना? Firm and companies. That is all we are going to check. Okay. So main first category for us is what, bacho? Individual or HUF. And then second category is we have what? Firm, LLP, AOP, BOI, company, etc. Let us first focus on that. And scope of income, total income, that we will check. We will be checking actually simultaneously. Now, please pay attention. So, an individual may be a resident in India or may not be resident in India. Very simple to you. He may be a tax resident of India. We call it as tax residency. Okay. He may be a tax resident of India or he may not be a tax resident of India. Bachu. Simple till here. Tell me. Yes. But the story doesn't get over here. Okay. The story continues. If he's a resident, he may be resident and ordinarily resident. This is what ordinarily resident, bacho. But if he is a resident, he may also be he may be also be resident, but not ordinarily resident. Means what? What do you mean by that, bacho? But not ordinarily resident. Means what? See, pay attention first of all. First of all, compare on resident and non-resident level. Compare on resident and non-resident level. Who is regularly in India as such, he is resident. who is not at all in India or he was not that regularly in India at all. Okay, very just you can say a small visit maybe, or he has never come to India. That person may be non-resident. But who is always in India or there is a continuous visit in India or regularly in India, they are bachcho resident. I hope that is okay till here. So first, who touches India has been in India for a quite long period of time, that is resident, and he has never come to India or just a very small visit, brief visit, 1 day, 5 days, 10 days, he may be a non-resident. All right till here? Yes. Fine. So again, for the sake of example, foreign citizens, or you can say any foreign nationals coming to India for, let us say, small tour, 10 days, 15 days, 1 month, etc. That's it. They may be non-resident, or foreign citizen or foreign nationals who have never come to India, even they are obviously non-resident for us. Are you understanding or no? First of all, right? See, numbers will come into picture, okay, later on. But first, understand on a general level. Now, in resident, you have now resident and ordinarily resident. And in residentialship, you now have resident but not ordinarily resident. Please be careful now, okay? Please pay attention. So, both, what is common between both of them? In resident, they are resident. That means they are in India, okay? But ordinarily resident means what? He is regularly in India. Most of the time he is in India. Okay? And not ordinarily resident means he is in India but not that regularly. Okay? So he is regularly. Okay? So for example, like people like you and me, we are regularly in India. Okay? But there might be some other people who are coming and going, coming and coming and going. They may be to what? Not ordinarily resident. Are you understanding? So not a regular. Are you understanding or no? Please tell me quickly. Did you understand or no? Yes? Hi Anna. Clear till here, bachcho? Clear till here? Tell me. And dream resident, obviously we will check again later on. Okay? So I'll just write down over here. You don't write down, just pay attention. Can I say, bachcho, for individual, please pay attention. For individual, please pay attention. We have what? On first level, we have resident. Okay. And then on that same level, we have what, bachcho? Non-resident. Clear till here? Resident and non-resident. Clear? Now, we do not have any subcategory of non-resident. But we do have subcategory of resident. Which one, bachcho? Resident and ordinarily resident. So, we will call it as ROR. Resident and ordinarily resident, bachcho. Hi, Anna. And the next one is what? Resident but not ordinarily resident. Okay. RNOR. Understood or no, bachcho? Tell me. Please take this down. I will obviously now write it in the notebook. Please write down. Quickly, please. Quickly write down. Done? Everybody? So individual types of assessee, what will you have, bachcho, for residency status? Resident or non-resident. We do not have any categories of non-resident. Okay. And in residential, we have what? ROR or RNOR. Resident and ordinarily resident. And RNOR means resident but not ordinarily resident. And I hope you are understanding the difference between ROR and RNOR at a very general level. The one who is regularly in India, resident. The one who is not so regularly in India, RNOR. Okay. The one who was as such never in India or hardly few days in India, you can call it as NR. Clear? Now again, this was only from our understanding point of view, or a very basic point of view. Yes, and again in between that we are also going to get what? Deemed resident. Okay, that also we will see. That is one of the important changes in the current act. Okay, amendment for 2021 attempt. Okay, till here. This was not there earlier. Please pay attention. Deemed resident individual was not there earlier. It is now brought into picture. So this is important. Okay, fine till here. Let's go ahead. Yeah, I hope all of you got the notes. Okay, I told you from where you will get the notes also. You know? As it is 225 but to India, we have already seen the definition of India. Okay, that already we had seen in chapter number 1 as well. Okay, so obviously residential, from whose point of view you are checking, bachcho? Whether he is resident or not, in India ना, whether is resident or not in India is what we are checking बच्चों, हाँ या ना, clear till here, simple. So that is the reason first you have to check what is the definition of India. So can it be underwater also बच्चों? Yes, it can be underwater also. So a person who is in 12 nautical miles, pay attention, a person who is under 12 nautical miles from the shore, but if he is in a submarine, if he is in a submarine बच्चों, or he is on a ship or a boat which is still under territorial waters, okay, will he be still in India? Will he be still called he is in India बच्चों? Yes, he will be still called he is in India. Are you understanding here? Okay. So if it is on water or underwater, but if it is still under the Indian jurisdiction, he is still said to be in India, physically in India. Understood here? So we determine residency status of an individual by his number of physical stay in India. है ना बच्चों? Are you understanding or no? For how many number of days he was physically in India. Clear everybody? Done till here? You have any comments, any problem, any doubt, please ask me, okay? Okay, Delio? Fine. Okay. Now this is your Bare Act, which I want you to read later on. Okay, Bare Act. I've provided over here for you so that you can go through it later on, okay? But obviously I have summarized this or made it in a very small format for you to understand. So that we will check obviously later on. But this is for homework. This is for your homework. I want you to read and come to section 6. Okay, fine. Residential status. Clear? All right. Let's go ahead, everybody. Now, what does section 6 say? Section 6 talks about all the types of assessees, whether they can be resident or not in India. So for individual, we have seen, but what? He can be a resident. Then if he is resident, it can be ROR or RNOR. Okay. Then he can be a deemed resident, that we will see later on again, and he can be also non-resident. Let us first focus on this because this is the only most tricky part of this chapter. Remaining are very easy. Check. Remaining are is very simple. There are only two categories: resident and non-resident. Simple. है ना बच्चों? Resident and non-resident for firm, AOP, BOI, company, etc. All right, Elio? Fine. Okay. Let's go ahead, everybody. Now, pay attention. What happens over here? Okay. Scope of total income. That means what? Section 5 we are now talking about. Which type of incomes will be taxed in the hands of different types of assessees? Okay. Which type of incomes? Okay. So we have now 3 categories total, bachcho. Now, if you check now your answer, where have I written it? Whether pay attention, bachcho. Pay attention. Whether an individual is a resident or not, there will be mainly 3 answers only. He may be ROR, or he may be RNOR, or he may be what bachcho? NR. That's it. Your main answer will be only these 3 for an individual: ROR, RNOR, or NR. In short, non-resident we are going to call NR. Yes or no? Okay till here, everybody? Yes. So that is why we have made what? 3 categories over here. Check. ROR, RNOR, and NR. Clear? Done? Now let us see how to calculate this. Isn't it? Now let us see, bachcho, how to calculate this. Yes or no? Whether he is resident or not resident in India. Hai na? Clear? Check. Individual. For individual, bachcho, how do we check whether he is resident or not in India? Okay. It is on the basis of number of days of stay in India. And just now we have seen, bachcho, the definition of the word India. Clear or not, Ilya? Number of days of stay in India. Now please pay attention. Even one single minute in a day will be considered as a day. Yes or no? Even one single minute in a day will still be considered as what, bachcho? Day for income tax purpose. Okay. So even if you leave India at 12 a.m., 2 minutes, still will be considered that you have also stayed in that next day. Yes or no? Clear till here? So here mainly, bachcho, it will be either in India or outside India. Ha ya na? Are you understand till here? It will be either in India or outside India. That is important. Hai na? If you are not in India, you are outside India. Simple. Okay. So there are only 2 options. You will be either in India or outside India. Now, how will you understand or know whether a person is in India or outside India? That means on which day he came in India, on which day he left India. How will you understand that, bachcho? Tell me. Practically speaking, it will be stamped on your passport. है ना बच्चों? The date which are stamped on your passport, that date or those dates, we call or say that yes, that day also he was in India. Are you understanding or no? So for example, let us say he's going to USA. Okay, let us say, I'm just giving an example. Let us say he's going to USA, and the passport was stamped as, let us say, 3rd May 2021. Example. Okay, at 1 a.m. At 1 a.m. Are you understand, bachcho? Yes. 3rd May 2021, 1 a.m. My question to you is whether he is in India on 3rd May or not. That means 3rd May will be considered as India or USA. What do you think? Everybody? Will be still considered as what? India. 3rd May entirely now will be considered as he was in India. Now it doesn't matter he left at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. or 11:59 p.m., whatever it is. No. When he left Indian airport, he is going to India. He is going to USA from India. So in the Indian, you can say, on the Indian immigration, he was stamped to exit on 3rd May, 1 a.m. Okay. On the Indian airport, he was stamped on his passport on 3rd May, 1 a.m. So even 3rd May is considered as within India. Understood, bachcho? So basically the date on which it is stamped on passport as such, practically that date is considered as India. Okay. Same example, let me continue over here. Pay attention. If he again from USA returns after a couple of months, okay, let us say he comes on again 4th, you can say November, all right, at 4th November 2021 at 11 p.m. in India. It is stamped, okay. No. Indian immigration officer stamped outside while going. Now when he's coming back, he came to India, bachcho, on 4th November, but at 11 p.m. Raat ko, at night, 11 p.m. he came to India on 4th November. My question is now again whether 4th November is considered entire day as in India. Everybody? Yes, even 4th November bachcho is considered as within India. Right? Done till here? Okay. I hope all of you understood this. So we can check the passport sign, or you can see dates on which it is given, the date. As soon as the date is of India, he is in India. Simple. Irrespective of the time. Now some of you may ask, what if he comes at 12 a.m. exactly? If he comes at 12 a.m. exactly, it will be automatically next date will become now on the stamp. Hai na? Please don't ask such weird questions now, or very extreme questions. Okay. Let's go ahead, everybody. Okay. Please pay attention. This is the basic and the most important thing for you now. The most, okay. I'm telling you, please pay attention. In this chapter, only this person is going to be very tricky for you, individual or HUF. This is very easy. Firm, AOP, BOI. So only this, na, ROR, RNOR, especially thanks to Nirmala Madam Ji. Okay, especially from this year, it has become a little bit complex. Okay. After many years, at least a decade, there has been change in that rules as well. But what to do now? Whatever. It is part of our syllabus now. Okay. Done. Let's go ahead, everybody. Okay. All right. Check now. There are some basic conditions. Okay. We're still talking of a category of bachcho, what? Individual. Please keep that in mind. Individual. Okay. Individual. There are basic conditions, and then there are certain additional conditions. Clear? Basic conditions and additional conditions. Yes, everybody? Yes. Check what is the basic condition. He must be present in India. When I say present, obviously means what, bachcho? Physical number of days in India. Okay, I hope just now I cleared what is in India, at what time, what day, all that we have just now discussed. Okay, for a period of 182 days or more. 182 days or more. Can I say like this? At least 182 days. Days we are talking of entirely, obviously. Yes or no? During the previous year. I hope obviously this is now clear. Previous year is as good as your financial year. So during the year in which he is earning income, for that he should be in India for at least what बच्चों 182 days. What are we discussing? All of that we will understand it. Don't worry. Okay, right? Or must be present in India for a period of 60 days or more during the previous year, and in the same sentence, and 365 days or more during the 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. This may be a little bit bouncer for you now. Okay, pay attention. What are we doing? This basic conditions. Pay attention. Check the first category over here, bachcho. ROR. Okay, resident and ordinarily resident. To become ROR, please pay attention. To become ROR, resident and ordinarily resident, bachcho, what should be the condition? He must satisfy at least one of the basic conditions which we are actually checking right now. There are two basic conditions. Okay, if he satisfies, if a person or individual satisfies at least one of them, so either one or both, okay, any of it or both of it, any of it or both of it, if he satisfies basic conditions, he will be resident. Okay, and what are they saying, bachcho? Next, what? He should also satisfy both the additional conditions. Additional conditions are still given a little bit later on. Check over here. Now, additional conditions are also how many, bachcho? 2 right now. Are you understanding? There are 2 right now. Okay. So, basic conditions are in totality 2, and additional conditions are also, bachcho, in totality 2. To become an ROR, to become a resident and ordinary resident, bachcho, what should happen? He should satisfy either one or both of the basic conditions, but he should necessarily satisfy both the additional conditions. In that case, he will become ROR. Did you understand or no? Are you understanding, bachcho, what is happening over here? Pakka? Because that is not decided by us, that is given by income tax law. Okay, what are basic conditions and what are additional conditions? Clear, everybody? Done? Yeah? Okay, till here, everybody? Let's go ahead. Alright, check. Quickly give me in comment. Have you understood or not till now? Or do you want me to repeat? Tell me quickly, no problem. Tell me quickly. Okay? Basic condition. He must be present in India for a period of at least 182 days during the previous year. Okay, at least 182 in the previous year means what? Obviously, in a regular year, it will be out of 365 days, at least 182 he should be present in India. Then we will say, bachcho, what? Basic condition number 1 is met. Okay. Then basic condition number 2, bachcho, must be present in India for at least 60 days. Okay, at least what, bachcho? 60 days. Pay attention. In previous year. Okay. During the previous year, and so it is, bachcho, in a single condition there are dual conditions. In a single condition, bachcho, there are dual conditions, and 365 days or more during the 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. That means 60 days only in the previous year, and at least how much, bachcho? 365 days in preceding. Preceding means backward. 4 previous years. Okay. Find till here, or it is bouncer? Tell me quickly. Have you understood or bouncer or repeat? Tell me something quickly. There has to be something in your comments. Come on. Everybody. Yes? Tell me quickly, bachcho. Are you understanding or no? Bouncer. No problem. Fine. Chalega. ठीक है. No problem. Chalega. No problem. Fine. I'll repeat. To become, there are, pay attention, write down in a notebook. First of all, you understood individual assessee can be of 3 types. This much you understood. ROR, RNOR, NR. Now, why are we differentiating between ROR, RNOR and NR, bachcho? So that some tax will be paid by ROR, some taxes may be paid by RNOR, and some taxes may be paid by NR only, okay? Which taxes will be paid, which will not be paid, that depends whether they are ROR, RNOR or NR. So first of all, that is the reason we are differentiating between ROR, RNOR and NR. Which all taxes will be paid in India or which may not be paid in India. है ना बच्चों? Now for example, let us say Mr. Trump, okay? Trump, Tatya, Kaka, Chacha, whatever. Mr. Trump. He has, let us say, not been in India for a quite long period of time, okay? He is not an Indian citizen, there is no case about it. As well as you will see he is a kind of doesn't stay in India much. That is a different thing, that he is a president on all of that. But he is a non-resident. है ना बच्चों? Will he pay taxes in India? No. A person A person who has never arrived in India, never even came one single day in India, and he has no connection in India, will he pay taxes in India, bachcho? No, he is a non-resident, है ना? But if a person who has never ever come in India, if a person who has never ever come in India, but if he earns income from India, okay, some salary income, some you can say, what you can say, this outsourcing income, some of the other type that income is he's earning from India, then there may be a possibility that he will have to pay taxes in India. So all these things depend whether you're ROR, RNOR or NR. So first, let us first understand who is an ROR, who is an RNOR, and who is an NR. Clear till everybody? Done till here? Will you write down? Pay attention. Please write down. For individual, okay? We are still in individual only, no? Okay. There are two basic conditions, okay, everybody? And also there are how many additional conditions? There are two additional conditions. Okay, fine till here, everybody? Okay, now pay attention. For ROR, resident and ordinarily resident. Okay, Delia? And it's obviously we're still talking about what individual only. Yes or no? Clear till everybody? Are you writing or not with me? There are basic conditions. Okay, basic conditions. Pay attention. Right. First of all, let me write down over here. How many basic conditions are there? There are two basic conditions. Correct? And then there are also two additional conditions. What are those basic and what are those additional conditions? That little bit of bouncer right now is going to you. But this much we agree. Tell me, till this much are you understanding or not? Please tell me. There are two basic conditions and then there are two additional conditions. Okay, this is what the law has given us. Yes or no, bachcho? Are you understanding here? Please write down this exactly like this. I want some space on the right hand side over here. Huh? That's why I've written basic conditions and additional conditions a little bit on the left hand side. Okay, have you written till here? Please tell me quickly. Only one or two students are replying. What about others? Please reply in the comments in the live chat. Done till here, everybody? Yeah? Written till now? Till here, bachcho? Written? Done, na? Chalo. Pushkar got it? Alright. Let's go ahead, everybody. Okay, chalo, let's go ahead. Okay? Now, please pay attention. How will it matter? How will it matter whether you are ROR or RNOR or NR, bachcho? Check. What does the law? What does the note say? What does the tax say? Please pay attention. If you are ROR, income received actually or deemed to be received, accrued or arisen or deemed to accrue or arise in or even outside India will be taxable in India. We are learning which law, bachcho? Income Tax Act of India. So when we say it is taxable, that means it is taxable obviously in India as per Income Tax Act. So if at all you are ROR, pay attention. If at all you are ROR, your income of India as well as outside India will be taxed. Obviously, will be taxed in India. We call it as what bachcho? Global income is taxable for ROR. Global. Now let him earn from UK or USA or Australia or Japan or Korea or Bangladesh or whatever, as well as India. All these incomes will be taxed in India because he is ROR. Because he is ROR. And earlier only I have already told you. What about those other countries, USA, UK, Japan, Australia, Bangladesh, what all they say? No. Income is earned from our country. We also want tax, bachcho. What will happen? In that case, we have what, bachcho? DTAA, Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement. So on one single income, double taxes will not be paid. Keep that in mind. That is different thing and that is right now not part of our syllabus. Okay or no? Clear till here? If you are ROR, whatever income you earn on earth, that will be taxed in India. Clear till here, bachcho? Done? Okay. If you are bachcho RNOR, If your बच्चों R and OR, please pay attention. Which income will be taxed in your hands in India? Check. Income which is received or deemed to be received, accrued or arisen, and deemed to accrue or arise only in India. If your R and OR, bachcho, that means whether your outside income was taxed directly, no. As well as income which accrues or arises outside India. How? Being derived from a business controlled from or profession set up in India. That means there is some kind of Indian connection. Okay. Even if the business or whatever you can say company, whatever is outside India. Okay. It is what? Outside India. But it is what? Importantly again, controlled or set up from India. Even that income will be taxed in the hands of RNOR. Okay. So these two types of income will be taxed in the hands of RNOR. Which one? The original income which he earns in India, or the source is India, whatever. Okay. Received, accrued, deemed to accrue or arise even in India, that is will be taxable in the hands of RNOR. As well as even if it accrues or arises outside India, but still that business was controlled from India, even that will be taxed in the hands of RNOR in India. That means there is some kind of Indian connection. Can you see over here for RNOR? Because now easily we will be able to understand in case of NR as well. Please pay attention. Even NR's, non-residents income will be taxed in India. Which income? Please pay attention. Income received or deemed to be received, accrued or arisen, deemed to accrue or arise in India. Now what is the common thing, bachcho, between all three of them? That such kind of incomes are taxed in India. Which income, bachcho? Between ROR, RNOR and NR. Check over here. In India, in India, in India. That means what income, bachcho, of India, which is received in India or accrues in India. What do you mean by accrues, bachcho? Accrues means what, bachcho? Arises. Ha ya na? Accrues means what, bachcho? Arises in India. The source of that income is India. Ha ya na? Clear hai? For example, please pay attention. If a whatever non-resident or any kind of person, he does a bank fixed deposit in India. Okay, fixed deposit in India. Okay. And most of the time he's staying outside India. Most of the time he stays outside India. Let him be NR, non-resident. We don't care. But he has a fixed deposit, bachcho, in India. What will he earn on that? What will he earn on that? Bachcho, he'll earn obviously interest. Okay. Let us say this NR says no. I don't want the interest in India. I don't want it in my another bank account in India. No. Transfer that interest directly to my outside India bank account. He says what, bachcho? He says transfer my interest to directly my foreign bank account. Okay. I don't want to receive it in India, but still it originated or accrued in India or not the interest. Even that will be taxed in India. Did you understand earlier? Yes. All those, let us say for example, Indian citizens, those who are now residing outside India for decades now, years and years. Let us say they are now non-resident from income tax point of view, but they may still have some assets in India. They may pay attention. They may still have some investments in India. Let us say in shares, in India. And then later on they left India since 10-20 years. Now on these shares they might be earning what, but dividend also. Dividend. And the dividend is coming from which company? Indian companies. That means it is accruing or arising in India. Again, that will be still taxed in India. Are you understanding or no? Yes or no? Let us say they still have some house property in India, some house or can say flat, whatever you want to call it, bungalow. They have still not yet sold it. They means what? NR I'm talking of. NRIs, let us say, non-resident Indians. Okay. They still have some property in India. And from this, let us say they are earning some rent income. And now, even if this rent income is directly credited to a foreign bank account, still, where did it accrue or arise? In India. The source is India or not. Even this will be taxed in India. Did you understand earlier? So, what is common between all three, bachcho, ROR, RNOR and NR? Indian income is always taxed in India. Yes. But what is so special about ROR, bachcho? All his types of income will be taxed in India. Even if he earns it outside India, even that is taxed in India. Why? Because he's ROR. Now, what do you mean by ROR? Most of the time, bachcho, he stays in India. That means people like, let us say like you and me, we stay most of the time in India only. So we become as such ROR. So even if we earn, let us say I do a fixed deposit in the Bank of America, for example, okay? Or if I purchase some shares of a Tesla, okay, Tesla USA, and I get some dividend or whatever. Now for me, that will be a foreign income. but still will be taxed in India because I am a tax resident of India. That means I am ROR of India. Are you understanding or no? Tell me. Yes? Pakka? Did you get this or not? Tell me till here. Tell me till here. Tell me, bacho. Did you understand till here? Please tell me quickly. Depending on your ROR, RNOR or NR, some income will be taxed or not taxed in India. Yes? Yes or no? So again, I'll repeat the same thing. But if there is an NRI, non-resident Indian, again I'm saying an example, or there can be any foreign citizen, anybody, if they have a house or flat in India and they're earning rent income, it will be taxed in India. Yes or no? But if the same NRI also has a house in USA, the same NRI also has a house in USA, and from that house he is earning rent income, whether this USA house rent income will be taxed in India? What do you think? USA's house rent income will be taxed in India or not for NR? It will not be taxed in India because it does not accrue or arise in India. Are you understanding or no? As well as he has not also received it in India. He has received it directly in USA only. Yes? Got it, everybody? Pakka, tell me, everyone, please tell me quickly. Are you understanding or no? Everyone, please else comment also, no? Achha, Shri is also there now. Fantastic. Right? Everyone got it till here? Pakka? Sure? Alright. So, whether you're ROR, RNOR, NR, what is common? Indian income will be taxed in India. Okay? Other things depend. Whether foreign income will be taxed in India. Whose foreign income will be taxed in India, bacho? ROR's foreign income will be taxed in India. Yes? Clear till here? Okay, fine. And then RO, NOR and NR, that also we'll see in detail. Don't worry. Fine? Now, please check attention. To become an ROR, what will be there? First of all, there are two certain categories. One is basic condition, another is additional condition. Please keep that in mind. One is basic condition, another is additional conditions. Basic conditions are 2 and additional conditions are also 2. This is, you can say, the law. Okay, fine. So we'll see here, but please pay attention now. There is basic condition number 1 and then there is basic condition number 2. Over here also, but you will see basic additional condition number 1 and additional condition number 2. Yes, everybody? Fine till here? Okay. Now, please pay attention. To become ROR, what should happen? Please pay attention. Must satisfy at least one of the basic conditions. Just focus till here. Must satisfy at least one of the basic conditions. How many basic conditions are there? 2. So we can satisfy how many? What are the ways? He may satisfy only basic condition number 1, or he may satisfy only basic condition number 2, or he may satisfy both the basic conditions. Bacho, do you agree or not with me with respect to basic conditions only? Tell me this, bacho. Tell me this only. Tell me this much only. At least one is said of the basic conditions. In totality, there are 2 basic conditions. So basic condition number 1 only is satisfied. Basic condition number 2 only satisfied, or both the basic conditions satisfied. Happy or not? Tell me this. Do you agree or not? These 3 scenarios can be there. Yes or no? Clear? I hope you're understanding. So please write down. For ROR, to become ROR, what should happen? He may satisfy basic condition number 1, but not basic condition number 2. Possible? Possible. He may not be able to satisfy basic condition number 1, but he is able to satisfy basic condition number 2. Possible. And third case, bacho, he may be satisfying both the basic conditions. What is the problem? What does law say? At least one of the basic conditions. Do you agree or not? Please quickly tell me. I am unable to understand your responses. Quickly tell me, bacho. I cannot go ahead unless you understand this. If you still have doubt, please ask me. These are the 3 cases. Yes or no? This will be your 3 cases, bacho. Yes? Everyone tell me quickly. Okay till here? Or no? To become ROR, you should satisfy at least one of the basic conditions. There are 2 basic conditions. So you may satisfy either 1 or 2 or both. Yes or no? Okay? Still no? Comment something quickly, everybody. Comment something. This is the story over here. No, because there are other things also of additional conditions. I hope you've written down this, huh? I hope you've written down these things on your notebook. Okay, quickly with me. Okay, tick mark means where it is satisfied. Cross means where it is not satisfied. Hai na? But the story is not yet over there. Now check. What does it say? We are still in ROR, bacho. We are still in ROR. So to become ROR, you should satisfy at least one of the basic condition and both of the additional conditions. Whether he has option in additional conditions, bacho. Whether he has any options in additional conditions, no. Both of them should be bacho satisfied. Both of the additional conditions should be satisfied. There is no option over there. Okay, till everybody. Okay. Now check. So again, in my diagram, what should I write? What should I do, bacho? Both the additional conditions has to be satisfied. This can be the only scenarios. These can be total 3 scenarios, bacho. Okay. Only one basic condition satisfied. That is basic condition number 2. But both the additions should be satisfied, bacho. Then second case, only basic condition number 2 satisfied, but both the additional conditions satisfied. And third case, bacho, both the basic as well as both the additional conditions satisfied. In that case, bacho, in these 3 cases, he can become ROR. Did you understand or no? Please tell me and write down this table quickly. Tell me to proceed ahead or have you copied or not? Tell me quickly. Proceed ahead or still wait? Tell me quickly. Done, everybody? Okay, I'll go ahead, everybody. Yes? Chalo. I hope you have copied the table now. Alright, Ilya? This is your category 1. For what, bacho? ROR. This is for ROR. Okay? For RNOR now we will check. For RNOR we will check. I told you this is a little bit complex in the beginning. See here, obviously when the chapter is over, we should be able to understand everything. We should be able to solve all the questions. Initially, obviously, it is going to be a little bit trouble. Now we come in the category of what, bacho? RNOR. Okay, please pay attention. RNOR. Okay. Acha, I think I might be receiving reply late. Possible. Yeah, I just now I got. So I think you are receiving reply late anyways. RNOR. Please pay attention. To become RNOR or you will become RNOR, if what happens? Check. Must satisfy at least one of the basic conditions. Basic conditions. Yes. Must satisfy at least one of the basic conditions. Is it same with your ROR for basic conditions, bacho? Hi Anna, tell me. Is it similar to your one of your ROR also? That at least one of the basic conditions should be satisfied. Yes. And that is the reason. That is the reason, bacho, this word is common between both of them, ROR as well as RNOR. Now this word resident is common between ROR and RNOR because of basic condition. Because basic conditions are or you can say the satisfaction criteria. The satisfaction criteria is exactly same for both of them. That at least one of the basic conditions should be satisfied. Okay. And now check over here. And one or none, one or you can say none of the additional conditions should be satisfied. One or none, I said, okay? That means both should not be satisfied. One or none of the additional conditions should be satisfied. So let us write down in a notebook again. Chalo. For RNOR. Chalo, write down for RNOR. Again, obviously, you know it is individual. Again, what all cases can happen? Please pay attention. I'm writing in short, bacho now. Basic condition number 1 and basic condition number 2 and additional condition number 1. Okay, please pay attention. And additional condition number 2. Alright, everybody? So write down quickly. What all things can happen? Okay. First of all, what did we learn in the law, bacho? What did we learn in the law? Check. What did we learn in the law? Check. For R NOR, okay? Must satisfy at least one of the basic conditions. At least one means what? Either one or two or both. Either one or two or both. So it will be exactly same with ROR. Check this. Basic condition number 1 satisfied, but 2 not satisfied. Basic condition number 1 not satisfied, but 2 satisfied. Or both the basic conditions satisfied. Is it correct or wrong? Tell you. Please tell me. Are you understanding or no? Yes, everybody. I hope you're writing down with me. Okay. Done till here? Done? Now check what is happening. But now check for additional condition. What are they saying? One or none. One or none. Both is not allowed. Of additional condition should be satisfied. If you compare that with ROR, what was the different thing over here? In ROR, both have to be satisfied. There is no option in additional condition for ROR. He has to satisfy both. Only then he becomes ROR. Yes or no? But for R and OR, either only one, maximum one he can satisfy, or none. That is also okay for additional condition. So let us say he satisfied additional condition number 1, but not 2. Let us say if he does not satisfy additional condition number 1, but 2. Or he does not satisfy both the additional condition is also okay. Only then bachcho will call him as ROR. Did you understand or no? Please tell me this quickly. Even if your reply comes late, but please tell me quickly. Okay? Understood or not? One or none. One or none. Finally, here. Bachcho. Clear, everybody? I hope all of you got it. Please compare, okay? Please compare if you want ROR and RNOR. See, till basic condition, it is exactly same for ROR as well as RNOR. Yes or no? Yes? Till basic conditions. But in addition, what happens? For ROR, he has to satisfy both of it. Only then he becomes ROR. And for RNOR, he should not satisfy both of it. Even if he satisfies one is sufficient, or if he satisfies nothing is also okay. But he should not satisfy both of it. Otherwise, he becomes what, bachcho? ROR. No? If a person satisfies both the additional conditions, he becomes ROR. Clear till here? Yes? Very good. So can I ask you a very tricky question, bachcho? Can I ask you a very tricky question? I'll ask you a little bit tricky question, bachcho. An individual is a resident. I'm just using the word bachcho, resident, not ordinary resident and not ordinary resident. I'm using the word bachcho, just resident. I'm using the word bachcho, what? Just resident. R. Okay, you will see a bachcho common is what? R. This depends on basic condition only. He's resident or not, that depends only on bachcho basic conditions. Ha, ya na? All of you agree with this? But he's OR or NOR. Ordinary resident or not ordinary resident, but it depends on additional conditions. Were you able to understand this now? Why? Because it is common between both of them, ROR and RNOR. Basic conditions are exactly same. So basic condition will tell you only that he is resident. Okay, but additional condition will tell you which is OR or NOR. Did you understand or not? Okay, clear till here, bachcho? Now, again, this thing will be absolutely clear now if you at all you understand NR. Now check what will happen in case of NR. Pay attention. Or when or how will you become NR, bachcho? Okay, check. Must not satisfy either of the basic condition. Neither, must not satisfy either of the basic conditions itself. Yes or no? Neither. None of the basic he should satisfy. None. Because we will check here, even if he satisfies only one, he becomes resident. He may become ROR or RNOR, but he becomes resident. That is important. But if at all to become NR, both the basic conditions should not be satisfied. And if basic condition itself are not satisfied, there is no question of additional conditions. Because there is no subcategory of non-resident. He's either resident, and then in resident you have categories ROR or RNOR, or he is just NR, non-resident, but there is no subcategory in NR. Did you understand till here, bachcho? Got it? Yes? Pakka? So write down third one, for NR. For bachcho what? NR. Okay, again, obviously is individual only. So there will be no now three different cases. No. It will be just one single case now. Basic condition number 1 and basic condition number 2. And what should happen? He should not satisfy both of them. Simple. In that case only he will be what? NR, or you can say non-resident. Clear or not? Okay, everybody? Simple till here? Not simple, but understood till here, hopefully. Yeah? Done? Okay, let's go ahead, everyone. Chalo. That was just a little bit basic theory part about categories which you can have and what does the condition say. I hope this is clear to you. ROR, RNOR and NR. Clear hai? Now let us check in detail what is the basic. Don't write down now, but just let me just write it for you. You don't write down. Basic condition number 1. What is it? What does it say? That you are in India for at least 182 days in PY. That is basic condition number 1. Okay. That you are in India for at least 182 days. PY you understand, bachcho, na? Previous year. Clear hai? That is your financial year. Now again, basic condition number 2. What does it say? Okay, fine. If at all you are not there in India for 182 days, but even if you are in India for 60 days in PY, what did I say? 60 days. Okay. 60 days in PY. And 365 days at least in last 4 PYs. PYs means years only, okay? Preceding. Okay, again from our syllabus point of view, bachcho, which PY we are dealing with when I write this PY, bachcho? PY 21, 22. All of you agree till here? है ना? Sorry, 2021. PY 2021, बच्चों बराबर 2021. PY 2021 है ना? 1920 we did and now 2021. बराबर है? So pay attention. When I say at least 182 days in PY, that means 182 days in PY 2021. Correct है? If that is not satisfied, then what do you say? At least 60 days in PY. Which PY again, बच्चों? 2021. Okay? But at least 365 days in the last 4 PY. Last 4 means preceding this 4 PYs. No. 19, 20, 18, 19, 17, 18 and 16, 17. That means cumulatively in this 4 preceding years. So no. 4 years preceding the current previous year. The current year. Immediately 4 preceding years. Preceding to the current year. And the current year is what for us, bachcho? 2021. Yes or no? Now in this 4 years, if he is there for in India for at least 65 days. So these are the 2 conditions. That means in this year, at least 60 days and in the last 4 years, at least 365 days. If this criteria is satisfied, then we say basic condition number 2 is satisfied. Tell me, bachcho, you understood or no? Tell me, Delia. Tell me, bachcho, Delia. Tell me. Quickly. I'm waiting for your replies also, okay? Jackass. Very good. Okay? So, basic condition number 1 is the simplest. That in the previous year, at least 182 days, simple. Then he is basic condition number 1 is satisfied. But are you able to understand that in that case, let us say if a person is coming and going for 4 months. What did I say, bachcho? 4 months per year. Yeah? He is in India. I'm just giving you an example. 4 months per year in India. Let us say tentatively 4 months means what? 33 4 120. 120 days. 120. Pay attention. 120 days every year. Yeah? I'm just giving you an example. A person comes to India 4 months in a year every year. Okay. So 120 days. Now pay attention. 120 days in what? In India in PY 2021. Okay, I'm saying that is happening since many last 5-10 years. Okay, now please pay attention. 2021. Then what we have 1920, 1819, 1718, and 1617. Again for the sake of example. Now please tell me, bachcho, whether basic condition number 1 is satisfied or not satisfied. 182 days. What does this say? 182 days in the PY. Which PY? Obviously 2021. Is this satisfied? No. Because it's only for bachcho what? 120 days in PY. So basic condition number 1, bachcho, not satisfied. But what about basic condition number 2? This you should now be able to understand. Check. Basic condition number 2, bachcho, check. What does basic condition number 2 say? He should be in India for at least 60 days in PY. Which PY? Current PY, 2021. This is satisfied, but it is not entirely satisfied. You have to check dual conditions. This is then done. And at least 365 days in last 4 years. Yes, last 4 years, bachcho, every year he's staying what? 120 days. So into 4, what is 480 days? Yes, at least 65 days criteria is satisfied. Are you understanding or no? Tell me. So 60 days criteria also satisfied and 65 days also satisfied. Then we say yes, basic condition number 2 has been satisfied. Did you understand or no? In that case, bachcho, is resident or not resident? He is resident. All of you got it? Yes or no? Tell me. Did you get it or no? That is different. No. For R and OR, Pushkar will have to check additional conditions. He is resident first. ROR, OR or NOR, that depends on additional conditions which you have not yet gone into. Okay? But at least he is not NR. At least he is not NR. Did you understand till here? Yes? Got it till here, everybody? Now let us see if I give you example. Another example, okay? Let us say a person comes in India for 1 month per year. What did I say? 1 month per year in India. Okay? Since last 5-10 years. Okay? Whatever. That means 1 month in, that means in 2021 he was for how many days? 30 days. 1920, 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. Okay? Tell me. Tell me, bachcho, whether basic condition number 1 is satisfied. Was he in the previous year at least 182 days? Answer is no. Basic condition number 1 not satisfied. Correct? Hai? Now you tell me, bachcho. What about basic condition number 2? Satisfied or not satisfied? Also, bachcho, not satisfied. Because in the current year, he is not there for 60 days. Topic over. You don't even have to check earlier year's number of days. No? Yes or no? You understand till here? Clear or not? So basic condition number 2 not satisfied. Okay, because he is not there for at least 60 days in the previous year. In that case, what will he become, bachcho? Both the basic conditions are not satisfied. He becomes what? NR. Are you understanding here, bachcho? Got it, everyone? Tell me. Yes? Okay. What if I change the example? What if I say, let us say he is in India for 90 days in PY. Now, I'm just changing the examples, okay? He is in India for 90 days in the PY, but 30 days in last 4 years. What will happen? Whether basic condition number 1 satisfied? Still no. Whether basic condition number 2 satisfied? For that, you'll have to check 2 categories again. Under first category satisfied, yes, in the previous year, he's there for at least 60 days. He was there for 90 days, but last 4 years, is he there? Yes, Pushkar. Last 4 years, is he there for 365 days? How about for that, Pushkar? 60 days is there, but for that, again, every year, in last 4 years, total should be 365. This is how much last 4 years total is only 120. This is not being satisfied. So again, we will say basic condition number 2 also, bachcho, not satisfied. So in this case, since both the basic conditions are not satisfied, he becomes again what, bachcho? NR, non-resident. Understood or no, everybody? Pakka? Yes? Hi, Anna. Clear? Okay. What if I again give you, again I'm giving you very nice examples, okay? Please pay attention. What if he's in India for 50 days, but 100, 100, 100 and 100? What will happen? Is NR or resident? Can anyone tell me quickly now? Whether basic condition number 1 satisfied, bachcho? No, because he is in India only for 50 days in the PY, current PY. But what about basic condition number 2? Again, is he there for at least 60 days in the PY? Also no. Topic over. There itself your answer is no. Okay? Because even if now in cumulative it is 400 days, which is more than 365, still both the condition has to be satisfied. No. Understood or no? So here again, this is not satisfied. So again, he becomes what? Since both the basic conditions are not satisfied, he's become what? NR. Got it clear, everybody? Pakka? Yes? Understood, everyone? Tell me. Simple till here? At least I hope so. Sure. Done? Good. So there are two basic conditions and then there are two additional conditions. Basic condition number 1 is that he should be in India for at least 182 days in the previous year. Basic condition number 2 is that he should be in India for at least 60 days in the previous year and at least 65 days in the last 4 years. Okay? Okay, everybody? Done till here? Done? Very good. Fine. Now let us see, are you able to understand the next conditions? Additional condition, okay, everybody? Additional condition number 1. Additional condition number 1. Everyone ready till here? Check. What does it say? Check. He is a resident. Okay, everyone there? Is it lagging? Achha, no. He is a resident in at least 2 out of 10 previous years preceding the relevant PY. That means, again, preceding means from our current year. In last 10 years, he was a resident for at least 2 years. Now, what do you mean by resident? Resident means either ROR or RNOR. है ना? Either ROR or RNOR. Now, how do you become ROR, or can say how do you become resident? Only if at least one of the basic conditions are satisfied for a particular year. If at least one of the basic conditions are satisfied for a particular year, bachcho, they become resident for that year. Are you understanding or not till now, bachcho? Yes or no? Even if at least one of the basic conditions are satisfied, they become resident for that year. Okay? Done? Fine till here, everybody? Yes? Alright? Okay, so in the last 10 years, he should be resident of India for at least 2 years. That is your additional condition number 1. Okay. So I'm directly writing the word resident. Okay. Resident in at least 2 out of 10 preceding years. Okay. Last preceding years. Okay. Fine till here, everybody? Done, everyone? Let's go ahead. And what does the next additional condition say? But what does the next additional condition say? Okay. His stay in India in the last 7 years, okay, preceding your current year is 730 days or more. Is 730 days or more. Now, additional condition number 2 depends on stay in India for at least 730 days in last how many years, bachcho? 7 PYs or 7 years. You will say, sir, what is happening like this? Such a troublesome and tricky conditions. What to do? There is no option. Okay. You have to compare the previous years and the last years as well. Okay. In basic condition, we saw bachcho. Basic condition number 2, 60 days in the PY and 365 days in the last 4 years. In additional condition number 2, what are we saying? At least 730 days in the last 7 years. At least 730 days in the last 7 years. Yes or no? Everybody? Yeah? Done? Done, no? Done till everybody? I can completely understand, Pushkar. But mainly for tax right now, there are many rules, conditions which you have to follow. I completely agree. Do not worry, my boy. Do not worry. Okay, I'm here to help you out to solve questions. Lots of questions with you. This was till now, bachcho, theory. Leave it. Okay. Don't worry, yaar. I'm there, no, to solve questions with you. You know. All right. Pushkar is saying that, sir, there are so many walls around here. Please suggest which wall should I use to bang my head on. All right, chalo. Everyone, let's start with question number 1. Okay, or let us start some questions. So in that case, it will be very much clear to you. Okay. Chalo, come to notes. I will show you the notes. Vakya. Fine, please pay attention. Mr. Brett Lee, an Australian cricketer. Okay. An Australian cricket player visits India for 100 days in every financial year. It is entire year. Okay. So every year he comes for 100 days in India. Okay. Every financial year. This has been his practice for last 10 financial years. Correct. Absolutely correct. Yes. We will do only sub question number A now. Pay attention. Find out, please pay attention, his residential status for the assessment year, which one? 21-22. We are doing everything for 21-22 AY. Okay. What is the question, bachcho? Brett Lee, obviously we know Australian cricketer. That means his citizenship is of Australia, whatever. Citizenship has nothing to do with our syllabus right now. With this chapter. Okay, tell you everybody. But he comes to India every year for 100 days since last 10 years. So in the current year, what is his residential status? Clear, Delia? Okay. So write down. Write down, bachcho. Come on. Don't worry. Question number 2. Come on, write down with me. What are we determining actually? What are we calculating? His residency status. So we say what's your determination of. Write down. It is not calculation. It is determination of. What? Residential status of Mr. Brett Lee. For which year, bachcho? For PY 2021. That means what? AY actually 21-22. Right, Elia? Everybody? Yes? For sub question number 1 we are doing. There are actually three total sub questions now. Wait, I'll show you again. Chalo, check. There are 2-3 sub questions. B as well as C we have over here. That we will do later on. Okay. Alright, Elia, everybody? Write down. Now, how can we do this? Okay, check. PY, okay, and number of days stay in India. Again, this is only for your understanding or reference. Okay, go in descending order or backward, you can see order. That means what is the current PY, bachcho? 2021. Okay, 2021. Now we know his story that since last 10 years he's doing that. Now you need not write all 10 years, but that is completely up to you. Okay, well, at least we will use if at all it is required. Okay, PY 2021. How many days was he there in India? 100. 1920, I'm writing a short 100. Okay. 18, 19 बच्चों, how many? 100. Write down quickly बच्चों. 17, 18 बच्चों, how many? 100 days he is in India. 16, 17 is how much बच्चों? 100 days in India. 15, 16 how much बच्चों? 100 days in India, and so on, है ना? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more I'll write down. 13, 14 बच्चों, how much? 100. Okay, and so and so. That we will see later on. Okay, 12, 13. That is okay till here. We don't require much. Fine. Need to write down till here, बच्चों? Clear? But please do not forget our current PY is which one? 2021. All right. Fine. Again, my simple question to you: what is basic condition number 1? Basic condition number 1 is stay in India for at least 182 days in the PY. Write down. Chalo, everyone write down. Basic condition number 1. What does it say? At least 182 days in India in current PY, in current year. Everyone okay till here? In current PY. This condition is satisfied or not satisfied? Tell me this now. Give me the answer. It is satisfied or not satisfied? Basic condition number 1, bachcho, satisfied or not satisfied? It is bachcho not satisfied because it stays of only 100 days instead of at least 182 days in the PY. Okay, in the current PY. Fine. So basically, basic condition number 1, bachcho, not satisfied. Fine. So we'll have to check basic condition number 2 also. Obviously, we'll have to check basic condition number 2. Yes. I'm writing in short. Okay. At least 60 days in PY, है ना? And at least 365 days in last 4 years, in last 4 PYs. Okay. Last preceding 4 PYs. Okay. Now check. He is there for 100 days in PY, and last 4 PYs he is for how much? For that, you'll write down bachcho. From, please write down the year. From which year to which year? Which year? From PY 1617 to 1920. These are your 4 years. Yes or no? 1617 to 1920. PY 1617 to PY 1920. And please in bracket write down the numbers also per year. 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 equals to 400. Okay. So tell me, what is your answer? Basic condition number 2, satisfied or not satisfied? 100 days in PY is more than 60 days, and 400 days in the last 4 years is also more than 365 days, bachcho. So basic condition number 2, satisfied or not satisfied? So basic condition number 2, bachcho, satisfied. Okay. Now please write down, therefore, Mr. Brett Lee, here we can say that is resident. Huh? This much we can say definitely. But whether ROR or RNOR, that depends on additional conditions. So that now we'll have to check. Yes or no? Everybody okay till here? So second category we'll check. Additional condition number 1. What does it say? Resident in at least 2 out of 10 preceding years, okay, or PYs. Yes or no? Preceding, not the current year, the earlier years. All right, Ilya? Fine. Again, we'll use the word what PY. And here we'll just simply say resident or non-resident. That's it. We do not have to check if he is OR or NOR. No. We just have to check whether he is resident or non-resident. That's it. Fine, everybody? Clear? All right. PY. Earlier ones. Last 10 years. 1920. 1819. है ना? 1718 and so on. We will go one by one. Please be careful now. How do you determine an assessee is resident or non-resident? Just tell me this. How do you determine a person is individual is resident or non-resident? It is based only on bachcho basic conditions. If he satisfies at least one, okay, then he is resident. If he satisfies none of them, then only he is bachcho non-resident. Yes. For 1920. Now pay attention. Since every year he is coming for 100 days in India. Every year 100 days he is coming in India. Please pay attention. So I'll write down over here in short. Whether basic condition number 1 satisfied or not satisfied. Tell me this. It is not satisfied. Why, bachcho? Because we require 182 days in the PY to become resident. So in 1920 he was not resident as per basic condition number 1 because it is only 100 days. But we require 182 days in the basic condition number 1. But what about basic condition number 2? 60 and 365. Tell me this. If you understand this, your work is easy. Check from 1920's point of view, okay? Check from 1920's point of view. In 1920, whether he was there for at least 60 days, but to tell me? Yes. And preceding to 1920, that means 1819, 1718, 1617 and 1516. Was he there for at least 365 days, but to tell me this? Yes. And even compared from 1920's point of view, the earlier 4 years, he was there for total 400 days, which is more than 365 days, but even this is satisfied. Therefore, basic condition number 2 satisfied. Therefore, he becomes what, bachcho? Resident. For which year? For 1920. Understood or bouncer? Tell me this. Did you find some wall now, Pushkar, to bang your head upon? Or are you going to go on ceiling only? Jump to the ceiling. Get a trampoline, what do you call it? Trampoline. And try to jump. And dash your head on the ceiling only, hai na? Tell me, guys. Clear till here, everybody? Okay? Tell me, please, have you understood this point or not? So, he's resident for 1920. Okay, what about 1819? The same thing is going to happen in 1819 also, bachcho. What? Basic condition number 1, again not satisfied for 1819. Now check only from 1819's point of view. Basic condition number 1, not satisfied. Why? Because again in 1819 he is not for 182 days. He is only for 100 days. So it is not satisfied. But same thing will happen in basic condition number 2. That in 1819 he was there for at least 60 days. As well as earlier 4 years of 1819 he was also there for 365 days. Same thing will happen. So this condition also satisfied. That means what? Basic condition number 2 satisfied. Therefore, because even if one condition is satisfied of basics, he becomes what, bachcho? Resident. Finish. Our work is over here. We don't even have to need not check over here. Why need not check? In 17, 18 and earlier. Why? Because what does additional condition number 1 say, bachcho? Resident in at least 2 of the last 10 years. And yes, he is resident in at least 2. Or if at all you keep on checking, he will be resident in many of the years from those 10 years. Understood till here? At least for 6 years at least. Clear hai? Done till here? So I'm just simply going to write additional condition number 1 satisfied. Are you understanding or no? Because of this, okay? Additional condition number 1 बच्चों satisfied. Now let's check बच्चों what additional condition number 2. Yes or no? Is it fine everybody with you? Additional condition number 2. Is it too much for today बच्चों? What did it say? At least 730 days in last 7 years, है ना? At least 730 in last 7 years. Satisfied or not satisfied? Not satisfied. Since in last 7 years, his stayed for how many days, बच्चों? You can write down like this: 100 plus 100 plus 100, है ना? For 7 years, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Are you understanding? Therefore, additional condition number 2 not satisfied. Did you understand till here? Therefore, additional condition number 2 बच्चों not satisfied. Clear? So can I give a very small summary बच्चों? Basic condition number 1, number 2, additional condition number 1 and number 2. What is our case बच्चों? Did he satisfy basic condition number 1? No. But he satisfied basic condition number 2. Then did he satisfy additional condition number 1? Yes. But he did not satisfy बच्चों additional condition number 2. What is his status बच्चों? Tell me. Yes. Since one or none of the conditions are satisfied, therefore is what बच्चों? RNOR. Okay, write down. Therefore, Mr. Brett Lee is resident, but not ordinarily resident. RNOR in bracket. For PY, which one we are doing? 2021. That is oblique AY 21-22. That is our answer. है ना? Leave half page blank for B and C. Okay, B and C sub question we will do that later on. Okay, done till here? Fine. We'll do one more. Are you ready or not? Are you understanding and ready or not? Tell me this. Fine. Let's go ahead, everybody. Chalo. Check. Please leave half page blank for B and C. ठीक है? Question number now 3. Everybody, चलो we'll do one more before we wind up for today. चलेगा? Question number 3. Please pay attention. Mr. B, a Canadian citizen. Citizenship doesn't matter to us actually right now, है ना? Comes to India for the first time during the PY 16-17. Alright till here? During the financial year 16-17, 17-18, 18-19, 19-20 and 20-21, he was in India for 55 days, 60 days, 90 days, 150 days and 70 days respectively. Determine his residential status obviously for the year what? 21-22. Right? Chalo. What have I told you? What table will you prepare बच्चों? First we'll write down determination of residence status of Mr. what? B. Write down. Chalo. Determination of residency status of Mr. B for, I'm just writing now, AY 21, 22. And what table we have to prepare, bachcho? Remember? PY and number of days stay in India. Number of days in India or stay in India. Fine. Now please again go in descending order. So first will be what? PY 2021, which is our current PY. Yes. So we'll have to do reverse way. Okay, 2021, 1920, 1819, 1718, and he came in the what PY bachcho? 1617. 1617. Be careful with the numbers. So go in reverse order, respectively is given. No? So 70 in the current year, 70, 150, 90, 60, and 55. Check. All of you okay with this? Yes, everybody, tell me. $70, 150, 90, 60, and 55. All right. Now you need not look over there in the table. We don't need it. We will solve it from here. All right. Tell me now, bachcho. Will you be able to? Will we be able to do it now? Chalo. Basic condition number 1. Tell me. At least 182 days in PY. Satisfied or not satisfied? Tell me. Current PY. Not satisfied. You know? Not satisfied since stay is only for 70 days. Correct, Elia? Basic condition number 2. What does it say? In the current year, at least 60 days in PY and at least 365 days in last 4 years. In last 4 PYs, correct? Satisfied or not satisfied? Tell me. For that, you'll have to check what these 4 years, no? How much is the total? 150, 240, 300, and 355. No. Okay, so write down. In last 4 PY, his stay is, write down the numbers, 150 plus 90 plus 60 plus 55, and it goes to 355 days. 355 days, है ना? Therefore, what we'll say? Therefore, basic condition number 2, bachcho, what? Not satisfied. Clear or not? Now check. What is our summary over here? We don't have to check. We don't have to go in additional condition, bachcho. What? Because even basic condition number 1 is not satisfied, है ना? So basic condition number 1 not satisfied, and basic condition number 2 also bachcho not satisfied. Therefore, what he is? Therefore, Mr. B is what? Tell me, bachcho. Therefore, Mr. obviously B is what? Non-resident. Since why? Since both the basic conditions are not satisfied. Since both basic conditions are not satisfied. All of you are watching the video for the first time, and if you come in between, please watch it from the very beginning. If at all you want to get a good grip on this chapter, okay? Is non-resident since both basic conditions are not satisfied. Clear? Fine till here, bachcho. Shall we wind up for today over here? Pushkar, what do you think? Fine till here, everyone? either it's going to be a little bit heavy for you. चलेगा पुष्कर. Fine, take a break बच्चों. That means we'll meet up tomorrow only, है ना? So that is it for first lecture of today of resonance status. I don't want to keep it very heavy also for you. So revise, read this entire chapter. The notes are already there on my drive. You can contact me as well, and you can get the drive also, no problem. All right. So please go through the notes. And what shall I give you for homework? Should I try? Okay, just try question number 4 for your homework. Just try, I said. Okay, try. Give it a try. Okay. So question number 4, homework. We'll obviously solve it and write down again, but I want you to try on your own in rough. Chalega? Done? Fine. Chalo guys, and have a great day ahead. All right. Chalo, take care. Tata, bye bye, and stay in touch. Whoever wants my pen drive video lectures, please contact me. All right. Take care, guys. Tata, bye, 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 bye. Please like the video and share the video with all of your friends. All right. Thumbs up. I hope there is already a thumbs up. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I hope you already subscribed. है ना? Chalo guys, take care. Tata, bye.